Hi, this is Andy Busch, and this is your Busch Update video blog for Friday, June 7th. Welcome to Payroll Friday. We had a number that was kind of a Goldilocks number for the markets, to say the least. After weak ISM numbers that we had this week and some poor economic data, the market's expectations were down around about 135 to 150,000 for the non-farm payrolls. They came out at 175. Happy days. Stock market rallies, bonds sell off, the dollar rallies. This was essentially a better than expected number, even though it only beat the estimates by 165,000. So, but this is Goldilocks in the sense that it really doesn't do anything for the Fed. The Fed is going to sit on its hands certainly through June, the next meeting where they'll have a press conference, and maybe even past September. And that's one of the reasons why the markets rallied, although it doesn't kind of make much sense that the dollar would rally if the Fed's going to sit on their hands. So it's definitely a mixed day. Don't read a ton into it. Now, looking into next week, there's a lot of data out, but it's on the weekend. So unless you're playing golf, you got to pay attention to this stuff. So China's going to do a big data dump on Saturday and Sunday with CPI, PPI, fixed asset investments, retail sales, and all sorts of new won loans, which is one of my favorite indicators. Obviously, that gives you an indication of what they're going to do in the future. That's all out Saturday and Sunday. Japan on Sunday releases their GDP number. Big deal, right? We'll keep an eye on that to see if they beat estimates. I think about 3.5% GDP is what they're looking for. All the action is at the beginning of the week, too, because we have a Bank of Japan meeting on Tuesday. We also have Fed's Bullard speaking. He'll give us a little bit of background on what the Fed's thinking. Not a tremendous amount. He's one guy, so we really don't know. Clearly, the theme of tapering is going to remain in the markets. We'll watch the bond market. That'll give us the clue of what can happen with stocks a little bit. Bonds seem to be in about a 205 to 223 range. That's the 10-year, obviously, I'm talking about here. But the thing that I want to trade for next week, and this is what you've been waiting for, is the continuation of the Aussie trade. Australia releases their unemployment numbers on Thursday, and that's really what I want to keep you in this position. We released I put out a trade recommendation on Wednesday saying, look, if the non-farm payroll numbers come out better than expected, you want to sell Aussie. You could have got in somewhere between 95.25 to 95.5. That's where we basically want to keep you in at. If we get above 96, you better get out of this position. The idea is to keep this short on until Wednesday going into Thursday, then cut back half of it, and then leave your stop at about 96.25. If the number's worse than expected, they're expecting minus 10,000. If it's worse than expected, this Aussie's going to tank down below 94.5. You'll really get it going down to about 94. That's great for half of our position. If it comes out better than expected, then you've cut half the position, your stop's in a good place, and you've kept your profits. And that's really what foreign exchange is all about. So that's it for me, Andy Busch. Have a great weekend, and go Blackhawks.